So let's start this. How do we want to get into it?
I guess like normal.
All right.
Okay.
Do we have the narrator?
No.
Look, I'm holding liquid.
Oh, what is that new cover?
Yeah, she comes out with new covers of these books literally like every month. It's ridiculous. And people buy them, people collect them.
I don't like it.
I'm like, what the hell?
I don't like that.
Oh, that's the original cover.
I don't like that.
Yeah, that's the original one. Then they got the one behind you. And then now they just came out with the whole new one with just words.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she comes out with new covers like more than Nora Roberts does.
The shade. Audiobook.
God, I've gained so much weight.
Dude, let's not even talk about it. I got a fridge full of cake right now.
Oh girl, I stopped at the grocery store for cake for myself.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm Brittany.
I'm Brad.
And we are Audio Shelf.
Oh, I cannot wait. This has been a long time coming, this episode.
It really, really has.
Because I feel like it's taking forever to read this book. As you can see, as you can see.
As you can see.
As you can see behind Brittany, what book we're talking about.
Yes. Oops, it's this hand. We're going to be talking about Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas.
Is it Maas?
Rhymes.
It is. But is it Maas or is it Maas?
I mean, it looks like Maas, but it's probably Maas.
Maas. I don't know. I always say Sarah J. Maas, but
I say Maas, but
a lot of people say Maas.
Well, a lot of people are extra.
Yes, that's very true. Like us.
So the narrator, because we listened to the audiobook version of this, is Elizabeth Evans, and I just think she did fantastic.
She is such a good narrator, and I heard that she narrates other Sarah J. Maas books too.
Does she narrate the whole series?
I believe she narrates the whole series. So far I've only listened to 4 of the books in the series, but she's narrated all of them. But I think she comes back and she narrates her newest one, The House of Blood and something, The Crescent Moon or Crescent City. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
so she narrates that one. So
she's very, very good.
Very good.
So the audiobook is 12 hours and 47 minutes.
Wow.
Did you not realize? Because now all the books are 20 hours long that you're listening to.
I was like, wow, that's short.
I was like, wow, that's long. But I don't know anything because I'm only on the first book.
Yes. And the thing about these audiobooks is that you can only get them through Audible. Did you know that?
No.
They're Audible exclusive. So you cannot get them in Overdrive. You cannot get them on Libro.fm. You can't get nothing.
Really?
Yes. All of Sarah J. Maas books are only through Audible.
That's crazy.
Yep.
How did she get that deal? And how did we?
I have no idea. How do we? But it sucks because, I wanted to look on Overdrive. Like, I can read the Mortal Instruments series on Overdrive because Cassie Clare does it through the library. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, come on, Sarah, let's put it through the library.
Yeah. Like, why doesn't everybody have access to this? Because, I mean, you're either paying $25 per book or you have to pay $15 at the minimum for a membership.
Yes. And mind you, this is just the audiobook, the regular ebook can be read through the library.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Because I could see all of the other options on Amazon when I was looking at the details. So that's so weird that it's an Audible exclusive.
Yes.
Wow.
Wow. So what is this book about?
So this book is about a lot.
So much happens.
So much. So we have our main character, Selena. Selena. I always want to say Selena because I know it's Selena. So Selena.
And also, I'll be dreaming of you tonight till tomorrow and turn off the light.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Thanks.
So we have Selena, and she is our main character, and she is a badass assassin. She puts the ass in the 2 asses.
Assassin.
Assassin.
Assassins?
She's the double ass.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
I would love that.
We had a week off. So she is a really, really, really powerful assassin. But she is a prisoner, and so she is chosen as the prince's champion of a duel. So she has to go through training. She has to sit through like the SATs and the ACTs and then some different trainings.
All about how to kick ass.
All about how to kill people and climb walls and make sure that she can escape and that she can be the best that she has ever been, like no one has before.
And so, of course, she meets the guard who trains her, Kale. Kale. And then, of course, the prince, Dorian, who I love me some Dorian.
I am team Dorian all the way.
Me too. And when you get to further books, I'm still team Dorian. Whatever.
He is so cute.
What were you doing? You look like you were rolling a wheelchair.
We got new office chairs, and so they have arms on them. You can't see them.
Oh, okay.
But they have arms on them that go up and down.
Oh, I like it.
I was pump actioning them.
You're pump.
Yeah, Dorian all the way. He is the future.
You're gonna love him even more in book 2.
I mean, I can't love him enough.
Probably even book 3. Book 3, I'm like, I love you.
Oh, probably. So anyway, there's a lot of competitors, and then there's also some murders that start happening.
It's like a murder mystery.
It is. So Selena has to figure out what is happening while doing all of her training, while doing a lot of learning, while falling in love with 2 people. And it is just insanity in the castle for Selena.
And then, of course, she meets her best friend, Nehema.
Oh, my God.
Nehemia.
I love.
Nehemia is the best. She
really is.
She's my favorite character. She's my favorite. Yeah. I can't say anymore.
Because it'll spoil it for all the other books, probably.
Exactly. But
my favorite character. Can you guess what my favorite character? Who my favorite character was?
Oh, I know. The dog.
You know me so well.
What's his name?
Fleetfoot.
Fleetfoot. Yes, Fleetfoot. Yes.
The puppy that Dorian gets her because it was not socialized with people, just like Little Pony. And she just they fall in love with each other. Fleetfoot and Selena are just like.
Yes. So when I was listening to this audiobook, I remember I was doing some yard work and I was listening to this part, and I said, man, Brittany is going to love this part. Like this saving dogs, rescuing dogs. Selena was like, no, do not put that dog down. That dog is mine.
Yeah.
And Fleetfoot, let's just say he has a much bigger role coming up in throughout the series.
Well, I mean, I already looked up the spoilers to make sure that dog lives through all of the books. So
okay. Does he? Because that's important because I need to know because he hasn't died yet.
Yes.
Oh, thank God. Thank God. Thank God.
I was like, I don't know if I can continue on with this series if this little puppy dies.
Yes.
So I needed to look it up.
Such a good relationship, though, between her, the puppy and Selena. And then also Dorian. Yeah. Oh, so cute.
It's so adorable. So the book really starts off slow. I thought that it started off rather slow. We kind of have Selena's journey to the kingdom and to meeting the prince and meeting her guard, and then slowly starting to build the relationships with her guards. And it takes a little bit of time. It takes, I would say, probably about 2 hours to really start getting into the training, which is really when the book, you don't even notice that the book has transitioned into this very exciting, interesting thing that you cannot put down until you're finished the book, honestly.
Yes. It's a very slow start. A lot of complaints about the series, and I don't necessarily call them complaints, but a lot of observations that I've noticed is that the book series doesn't get better until book 3.
Oh.
And for me, I loved 1 and 2 because I liked that slow burn. And book 3, I loved just as much as book 1 and 2. So, I agree with that statement because there's a lot of stuff that happens in book 3, but I liked them equally. So
yeah, as soon as it hit the 10-hour left mark in the first book, I was hooked. I would sit down and I would be like, okay, I'm only going to listen to about an hour of this at a time. But once I got started, I couldn't stop. And then I would realize that 5 hours had gone by. I haven't eaten dinner.
Yes.
And it's 1 a.m. Like,
you feel like Selena in the prison.
Yeah, basically. I'm like, all this time has passed and I haven't murdered anyone.
And then that was another thing. I did this book with a buddy read, Ink Feathers Books, on Instagram. Her name is Lauren. And one thing that we noticed is that, and I want to get your opinion about this. There was a lot of talk about Selena being a badass, and her like she's like I can kill anybody, I can do anything I want, blah blah. But she didn't really do any of that until later on in the book, throughout the whole, like in the end, essentially. So do you feel like there was a lot of talk about her being a badass without seeing it?
So as I was listening to the book, I can't say that I had that like thought process. I can definitely see like now what you're seeing. I can reflect on it and be like, yeah, they did talk about it a lot. But I think that was part of Selena's badassery, that she was able to kind of compartmentalize when she needed to be charming, when she needed to be fierce and a fighter, and when she needed to just shut up and listen.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
And so I feel like that lends itself into her being an all-around amazing assassin woman.
Very
is that she was able to do all that.
Yeah. Very intelligent. I loved her sass. Her sass was the best. Like, she gave it to people.
She really did. She was my favorite. Whenever there's one trainee named Kane who is like basically the biggest poop you've ever seen in your life. Like, I hate Kane so much. But she is able to read him for filth and not even say anything. Like, not say anything at all, but just embarrass him. I don't know how she did it.
She just like looked at him and said, "Look at your life, look at your choices."
Exactly. And he's like,
"Oh crap!
Oh, I'm gonna cry now." Like, she did so good. And there was the one time where they had to, not her and Kane, but her and Kane's like sidekick person. I don't know.
Okay.
She like whipped his butt in the ring, like very quickly.
Yes.
And then he was like talking all of this crap beforehand, like trying to be all big and bad. And it's like, I'm sorry, you can't talk crap until you finish with the fight because you don't know how.
Exactly.
And if you're not the main character in the book, you can guarantee, Mr. Character Man, that your butt is not going to win.
Exactly.
It was a really good book. And I am very surprised because it is like teen young adult fantasy. And sometimes that can be hit or miss with me.
Yeah, I was afraid. I was like, there's so many good things I think that Brittany's gonna like about it, but it's gonna be hit or miss.
And honestly, I will tell you, I think it was this cover that threw me off, honestly.
This is a hideous cover. I mean, like, she's a very pretty girl, but like, it does nothing for it.
No, it doesn't. It makes it feel cartoony and hokey and just not like there is this great adventure that is going to take place in the pages.
I don't like humans on covers, like book covers. Like, I personally just think it's so cheesy. And if I want to create a visual of a character in my head, I don't want the book cover doing that for me when I don't think that's what she's supposed to look like or what he's supposed to look like.
It's like replacing book covers when the movie comes out.
Yes.
Like they replaced it with the movie poster and you're like, but that's not how, I haven't seen the movie and I don't want to see the movie because I want to experience the book. And so I don't want those characters looking how they look in the movie in my head.
I agree. And that's funny because I think that's why that is the only book in the series with that type of cover.
Really? No.
The one with the face?
Oh, the one with the human?
The one with the human.
Not the one with this like kind of illustrated lady?
Yeah, not the illustrated. I like the illustrated lady. It's not my favorite because it's very, I don't think of, when I think of assassin, I don't think of that.
Yes.
Or I don't think of, there's a lot of fairy talk in this book.
There
and
is.
I was like, that ain't no fairy. If you want to see a fairy, look at this.
I'm outie. But yes, good point. There is a lot of fairy talk, which I actually started getting this book confused with It doesn't have fairies in it, but I got it confused with Bloodleaf. Like a lot of the names and the places started to kind of feel like Bloodleafy to me. I don't know. It was kind of confusing.
I could see that. I could see that totally. In the end, we have a big cliffhanger. And I think that's what this series does. Every book has a cliffhanger. And I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do next?
What is she going to end the series? Like, the series is finished, right?
Yes, the series is finished. Even a prequel came out because they were like, I ain't write no books. I'll do a prequel, but nothing in the future.
Yeah. So I'm curious how it ends.
Me too. I heard people are like everyone's response is just like, I'm no more good.
In a good way or a bad way?
In a good way.
Ooh.
They're just like, that was the most emotional ending of a book. I'm like, oh my God. So I'm excited. It's going to take me 2 more years, but I'm excited.
Because they're 20-hour books.
Girl, I had to take a break. I was like, I was doing the buddy read with Lauren for books 1 through 3. And at the end, I was just like, I don't think I can do no more buddy reads with this. Like, this is such a long book.
Yeah. It does get even longer. And I want to, and I hope that you hold me accountable for it. I actually do want to read like more of the series. Like, I do want to go through the series, which is kind of difficult.
It is.
For me, I will admit, I am not very good at continuing on in a series of books. I really like standalones. And so having a series is hard. Yeah.
One thing about this series and books 1 and 2, I think after book 2 the ending of book 2, it's like, oh wow, we just spent time with Selena and Kale and Dorian for like 2 good solid books, but they open up at the end, they open up a whole new world of things. And I think that's what a lot of people like about this series, is that it continues to be refreshed throughout the whole entire series. And in book 3, you meet all these brand new characters, and you're like, holy crap, like Selena who? And even though she's still a major part of the book series, you just meet other people that you might like even more. So so you definitely learn about different worlds, different lands and different characters. And so it always gets refreshed. And I think I really like that about the series.
That's very interesting, because one of my small complaints is that there was a lot of characters in this book.
There are a lot of characters,
and they all start with the letter C,
and or end with Ana.
Yeah, there are so many C Anas, like I can't keep track of them. It's hard.
Yes, there's so many C Anas. Oh my God.
That's going to be a character in her next book, C Ana. 1, 2, and 3.
I'm like, no offense, girl. If you go write this whole epic story, can we come up with some different names?
There are more letters in the alphabet, or in the fairy alphabet, than probably C, D, and K.
Yes, or A, I, and A.
Yeah. Like, there's so many more letters.
But
the dog is the only name that I can actually distinct between everybody else.
Oh, that's so funny. But it comes to this point where you're just kind of like, oh, that's the princess. Oh, that's the prince. That's the king. That's the assassin.
Yeah, you start associating them with the titles that they have, which made it a lot easier because they also do that.
Dorian's like the only one that's Dorian and Fleetfoot.
Yes. Like Kale, like no, I can't.
No, Kale, and then Selena.
Elena.
And then Elena. And I'm like, Nehemia.
And Cain.
Like, God, come on, girl.
Or Coin. Well, Cain, his name is Coin.
There was a girl. What was the girl's name?
That
stupid little girl.
Dude, I hated her so much. I was so glad.
Worse. She's so much. She gets worse.
What was her name? It was something weird.
It started with an F, maybe?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I can't remember. But she was annoying.
She gets even more annoying.
But how? She got kicked out of the castle.
Well, her storyline is sad in book 2. It's like, oh, that sucks for her, but you shouldn't have sucked.
They're trying to give us a sympathy storyline.
Oh, just like JK?
Girl. Anyway.
JK.
Oh, oops. Remember when we used to do that in high school? We'd be like,
JK.
Oh my God.
Oh, but yeah. So overall, how would you rate this book?
I would give it a solid 4 out of 5.
I did too. I was like, it wasn't my favorite freaking thing in the world.
Right.
But I really, really enjoyed it. And I would continue with it. And every book since then has been a 4 out of 5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I will continue with it. Really the first 2 hours were the hardest part. The names, obviously, but what can you do about names? You just pay attention more. I don't know.
That's true.
But yeah, it was a very solid adventure, very quick. I couldn't another gripe that I have, it sounds like I have a lot of gripes with the book, but I really don't. Like, they are very minor things that do not hinder the enjoyment of the novel at
correct
all.
But there's so many things that happen in this book. You're gonna have something.
Yeah. So my other last thing is just at the end of the audiobook, like when you finish the end but you haven't listened to the little 30-minute reading of the next book, the narrator's just like, this is the end of the book, and I was just like,
girl, I just got whiplash.
I'm just supposed to leave? Like, you turned on the lights in the theater and are like, excuse me, ma'am, you need to go? What?
That's like saying, all right, bye guys.
I'm done. Oh, but so accurate. Accurate. And so I was just like, I don't know how I wanted the book to end up, like how I wanted it to be like, okay, that concludes, just like that. That concludes the reading of this novel. Please stay tuned for an excerpt from the next novel. Mm-hmm. That's how I wanted it to go. But she was just like, peace, bitches.
12 hours later, bye.
I've been with you this long. My voice hurts.
It's only gonna get longer from here, baby.
We're stupid. But yeah, I'm gonna shelf it, and I'm going to continue on with the series. I know that the books only get longer, so I don't know how I feel about that, but 1.6.
Yes. Speed 1.6.
2.0, cut that 20 into 10.
So I would definitely shelf this. I'm excited about, I want to continue with book 4 because I actually haven't read book 4 yet. I lied about that earlier. I've only read 3 books.
How dare you?
I know. But I can't wait to continue it. I just took a little break. I needed a little break.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Especially with all these new books that that just came out. I'm just like, I need to get on this because I don't want to be behind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we're expanding our TBR and TBL. Yes. So there's going to be so much to listen to, but we wanted to fit this little fantasy in just so we could finally talk about it.
So how do we wrap this up?
Okay, that's the end of this episode. Bye. Let us know what your thoughts were on Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. And please follow along with us on our various social medias. We are on Twitter at AudioshelfMe, Instagram at AudioshelfMe, and Facebook at AudioShelf.
You know, I wonder if Sarah J. Maas has a following, like a name for her followers. Because you know how Veronica Mars' followers has marshmallows, right?
Probably glass holes.
That's better than mine. I was just going to say marshmallows. But glass holes is real good.
I like marshmallows.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, if it's not, then we just came up with 2 great ones.
Yes, definitely. And then, we just keep the ideas coming. So follow along with our social medias and reach out to us. Mm-hmm. And if you please like this video, please give us a like and hit that little bell to notify. What am I saying? This drink is real good.
It's been a while.
And if you like this video and the content that we provide, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that little bell to get notifications.
Yes.
Oh, give us likes.
Oh, yeah.
So until next...
we're losing it. Yeah, we're losing it. I'll shut up.
So until next time.
Bye.
Bye.